Think about the last time you felt most like yourself. Was it in a crowded room or in a quiet moment when no one needed anything from you? What if solitude isn't a problem to fix, but a power to protect? Today, we're unpacking a hard, liberating idea inspired by Arthur Schopenhauer. Why the sharpest minds often step back from social life, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. Most social life is motion that feels like meaning. Notifications, small favors, low-grade drama, and the endless exchange of opinions no one remembers tomorrow. Intelligent people aren't anti-people, they're anti-static. They notice a simple trade. Every hour spent managing noise is an hour stolen from building a mind. Solitude isn't withdrawal, it's maintenance of clarity. Imagine you're painting a vision only you can see. Every ping pulls your hand just enough to bend the line. Eventually, the canvas is full, but your intention is gone. The wise begin protecting attention the way athletes protect sleep, as non-negotiable fuel. Groups require masks. We adjust tone and timing, smoothing our edges so the room stays comfortable. There's nothing wrong with that until the masks start editing your inner compass. Alone, the performance ends. You're not auditioning for approval, you're listening for accuracy. For certain minds, that silence is oxygen. Depth doesn't land well in shallow water. If your curiosity keeps tugging you toward questions like why suffering, what is freedom, and what makes a life worth living, it's natural to feel out of rhythm with conversations tuned for trend cycles and quick laughs. That mismatch isn't misanthropy, it's metabolism. Some minds digest different foods. Beneath the surface, Schopenhauer saw a blind drive, the will to survive and signal status. Scroll any feed and you'll see it in costume. Subtle contests posed as connection. The thinker recognizes the game and opts out when the toll is paid in peace, not better than others, just unwilling to buy belonging with the currency of the soul. Most quiet ones tried to fit in. They went to the parties, laughed on cue, stayed late, and left emptier. The pivot is small but seismic, declining out of self-respect instead of guilt. It begins with one no that saves a morning of deep work, one weekend off the grid, one walk without earbuds. The mind clears, and clarity becomes addictive. When the crowd fades, you meet the person you've been outsourcing to applause. At first it's awkward. Then the signal sharpens. You hear your real questions. You notice the tender, unhealed places. You locate your honest desires. That's not loneliness, that's inventory. And inventory precedes mastery. Step back long enough and patterns appear. How attention is monetized, how outrage is engineered, how identity is packaged. You start choosing with intention rather than reacting by habit. That choice, repeated, builds an inner spine. You don't stop loving people, you start loving your principles more. Here's the sting. Once you taste undiluted clarity, counterfeit connection is hard to swallow. Some will call you distant. Others will call you selective. Accept it. Solitude doesn't make you cold. It makes you precise. And precision in what you give, your work, your presence, your words, is the real warmth. Schopenhauer didn't praise isolation for its own sake. He valued what isolation makes possible: art, philosophy, deep study, craftsmanship, spiritual seriousness. Solitude is a workshop, not a bunker. It is where you build a self sturdy enough to re-enter society without being shaped by its loudest anxieties. And here's the final move. When you stop needing validation, your presence changes. You stop speaking to be seen and start speaking to be useful. You return to the world not to be completed but to contribute. Paradoxically, the more you honor solitude, the more concentrated and valuable your social energy becomes. Take 10 seconds after this video. No music, no scrolling. Ask yourself, what is one piece of noise I'm done feeding? What is 1 hour of solitude I'll protect this week? If this spoke to you, subscribe and tell me in the comments. When do you feel most yourself, alone or with others? Your story might be the permission someone else needs. Solitude isn't your weakness. It's your edge. Guard it, grow in it, and walk back into the world on your terms. If you value depth over distraction, hit subscribe. Your presence here helps build a space where thoughtfulness isn't rare, it's the standard.